That's just a saying. That question got me a little nervous, you know. That's probably true. That's a strong statement. We shouldn't be accustomed to tradition. Step out of bounds, step out of the boundary, you know. Try to do a little bit of everything, you know.
Black folk don't do atheism. It's not absolutely true, but it's about as close to absolutely true as something could be, you know, these kinds of stereotypes.
I'm just gonna have to say most black folk don't do atheism, and if they do, they're not, you know, wearing t-shirts about it.
No, we don't do atheism. We know there's a God. We believe in him and praise Jesus Christ. We believe Father, Son, Holy Ghost, yes.
Most black people I know personally, they are Christians, Catholics.
Regardless of what diaspora we're talking about, whether it's in the islands, the South, the North, it's one of the great links, I think, in black folk is that it's the belief in God.
Most of the people that I know that's the same color like me believe in God.
I think there's this inbred, instilled fear of God, you know, among most black people, that even if you think you're an atheist, you probably are not. Because somebody will beat it out of you.
I have had too many moments where I'm like, I'm certain that there is something. Is it sort of some white guy with a beard who sits on a cloud saying, you win, you lose, you know, sort of orchestrating like the giant conductor? And no, I don't believe in that. But there must be some God force that's bigger than all of us.
My family, my extended family, to them, the fact that I don't go to church every Sunday to them feels probably like atheism. Like they don't, it's just not a concept that you would have your own belief system, that you would not just subscribe and just fall in.
I sometimes feel like the black community has a tendency to be a bit more closed-minded, especially when it comes to religion. I think a big part of that is that you know, that's something that kind of held us together when times were hard.
It's just not about God and believing in God. Church for the black community is a political place for action. Civil rights movement was all in churches. That was the safe meeting ground.
They know there's a spiritual being that watches over us and has helped us from the beginning of time. From slavery, civil rights, we survived so much hardship that we know on our own we couldn't have done it.
That idea of atheist, that there's nothing, that there is no divine that can help give meaning to the experiences of inequality and oppression, does seem to be constitutive of something that is not blackness.
Given that, it's just hard to say, well, you know, where would a black person find space to be atheist?
I study African American religion and culture, and I can tell you there's a long history of African American atheists and agnostics, including people like Frederick Douglass and others. You know, people who questioned whether or not there was a God precisely because of African American suffering. How can there be a God, right? A God who is supposed to be good, a God who is supposed to be just when white supremacy sort of dominates the planet. Black people suffer this injustice, this physical violence, but also this violence that comes through discourses of black inferiority, et cetera, that are centuries old.
I'm really interested in black secularists. So Anthony Penn is a brilliant writer around what he calls the diversity of black religious thought.
But Anthony Penn, William Jones, and others argue that humanism is itself a religious orientation. African Americans are religious in a variety of ways, in complex ways. That does not always include belief in God.
The weird thing is that the one or two people that I know who are black atheists, they're not open to talking about it openly, that it's kind of like their dirty little secret. And so they'll kind of couch it in, you know, agnosticism or something like that.
I wouldn't call myself an atheist necessarily, because I think it takes too much effort to be an atheist. Let's just say I'm an uncommitted non-believer.
I don't know. I'm atheist, personally.
Why are you atheist?
I think the theory of religion is like complete bullshit, honestly.
Even though I will attend religious rituals, I'm culturally a Catholic because I'm from New Orleans. Everybody here is a Catholic. You know, I'm in front of a lot of Catholics right here who just happen to go a little sooner than me. But whether they're in a better place or I'm in a better place, who's to say?
I looked at church as like a way to scam people instead of like, oh, it's enlightenment or anything. I was just like, no, this is utterly bullshit. My parents are religious, and I'm not. They don't approve. They think I'm supposed to be. They think it's a phase, but honestly, I just don't believe in it.
And there's something about, you know, being Baptist and kind of being exposed to different things, you know, in your college life that it just didn't really fit.
And it's funny because the people that I know that are struggling with their religion, when they were little, they were like super Catholics.
You know, some of them may be homosexual and they feel like, I can't attend a church that doesn't accept me for me, and, you know, God says accept all people.
I think there's a huge connector between God and community and being together and as a people. And for one to say that I don't believe in God almost disconnects you from the culture, as if you lose your card as being part of the culture. And I think that's something that's very scary for many people.
Hey, hey.